Hi, Leo. Welcome back. It's good to see you again. How was your week?
Things good.
Okay. All right. And how was it compared to the last time we spoke?
I mean, it was fine. It
Okay.
just, I don't know. I got in trouble at school and class again.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about that.
So, like, the teacher was like talking and she was just going on and on and on. And I just like zoned out and I was like looking out the window. I don't even know what I was thinking about.
Hmm.
But yeah. And then apparently she was talking to me and I don't know, I just wasn't paying attention. And she just like started yelling, and then it was just like so embarrassing because like everyone was looking at me, but
Mm,
I just like didn't even know she was talking to me. So like maybe next time try to get my attention better. I don't know. It
okay. I
was
hear what you're saying. So it sounds like when she was calling out your name or she was trying to get your attention, you didn't hear her for a while.
no, yeah,
Oh, okay. And when she finally did call out your name and you finally did hear her, what were some of the first things that popped into your head?
like how long has she been talking to me, and like I
Okay.
didn't even know.
Okay, so you were wondering how long has she been calling my name or trying to get my attention?
Yeah,
Okay. And you said you felt embarrassed when
yeah,
she was yelling at you.
yeah, because she was like really like aggro, and I don't get why she was so upset. Like it was, to me it was obvious that I just like wasn't paying attention. So like you don't need to get
Mhm.
mad at somebody for that. And then everyone was like looking at me and like it was just embarrassing.
When you said when you just said to me it was obvious why I wasn't paying attention, do you think it was intentional that you weren't paying attention or did you just zone out?
Yeah, I just zoned out. She'd just been going on for a while and I just stopped listening.
Okay. And was this the only time it happened this week?
This week, yeah.
Okay. So what happened during the rest of the week? Were you able to pay attention or were you zoning out and the teachers just didn't realize that you were zoning out?
I mean, I tried to pay attention. It's just hard when they go on for a long time. And like a lot of
Okay.
times they don't notice because like they're busy or something. But like, I don't know. It was just like, I don't know. I got in trouble because I zoned out and then I had to like go to the principal's office and like it was just a whole thing for no reason.
Okay, so I'm hearing you say that you didn't feel like it was a good reason for you to go to the principal's office.
No. Like it wasn't that big of a deal. I just zoned out. Like you don't need to like make it such a big thing and everyone's staring and like now I have to leave and like
It sounds like to me that the people staring or your classmates staring was one of the hardest parts for you of that whole interaction.
yeah. Like you didn't have to like call attention to the fact that I can't focus. Like
Mm,
that's just rude.
okay. So I heard you say the word can't focus. So can you tell me a little bit more about why you feel that you can't focus?
Well, it's like we've been talking before, like I've always had ADHD, but like now it's become really hard to like manage. And like when I'm in class or I don't know, when I'm not interested in what they're talking about or they just go on for a really long time, I just like can't stay with it.
Mm,
And I just zone out. And it sucks because everyone else is focused and I'm not. And then they want to blame me. And I'm like,
right.
what do you want me to do? Like I'm trying my best.
Okay. Right. And you're saying that you feel like all of your other classmates are able to stay focused.
I mean, probably not all of them, but like they do a better job than I do.
Right. Do you think that they're able to stay focused like 100% of the time?
I mean, I don't think anyone can do that, but it's
Right.
still way better than what I'm doing. And they don't get in trouble when they were zoned out. They were just like, oh, hey, come back. Like they're not like getting sent to the principal's office.
Mm, okay. Yeah. So let's talk. I want to talk a little bit about also how this connects with the anxiety that you were telling me about last week that you're experiencing during this. Sounds like during this interaction, one of your primary feelings that you're feeling was embarrassed. And so, what were some other feelings that came up during this interaction?
Like mad,
Okay, mad.
mm, like annoyed,
Annoyed.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just mostly those three, I guess.
Okay. So the three that we listed are mad, annoyed, and embarrassed. Now, last week we also went over briefly like how to do a body scan. And so, how to look at our body and how our body is showing that we're mad or anxious or whatever it may be. So, I want you to think back to that scenario, back to where you were sitting in that desk and you all of a sudden got snapped back to attention because you realized that your teacher was yelling at you. What were some of your body reactions that you noticed?
Um, I mean, I guess like I was feeling embarrassed, like I was like blushing, I guess. Like
Okay.
my face got red, and then like my head got kind of hot, and like I got fidgety.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's a really good start. So, to reiterate what you said your face got hot, your hands got fidgety. Did maybe your palms get sweaty?
No, my armpits.
Your armpits got sweaty? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you felt that way before?
Yeah, like when I'm like everyone's staring at me or like it's I'm in trouble or something.
Mm, okay. Yeah, and those are all very normal reactions to feeling anxious, especially in a social situation when everyone is staring at you and it's embarrassing because your teacher just called you out. And I want to take a look a little bit more at the automatic thoughts that were going through your head during this time. Last week and the previous few weeks, really, the sessions that we've been meeting, we've been discussing more about automatic thinking and what it is and finding evidences for those thoughts, whether they are negative or positive, that pop into our heads. So,
Mhm.
what are some automatic thoughts that you can identify that popped into your head when this was going on?
Probably that everyone thinks I'm stupid.
Okay. So everyone thinks you're stupid. That's one thought. One that I heard was, I can't focus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably like I don't get why I'm always in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you don't understand why you're getting in trouble.
Well, like always, like all the time.
Okay. So it feels like you're always getting in trouble.
Hmm.
So maybe an automatic thought that you're having is, why am I always getting in trouble? Is what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we were to pick between these three automatic thoughts being always getting in trouble, feeling stupid, or I can't focus, what do you think for you is the most important one that we can focus on right now?
Probably like why am I always getting in trouble?
Why you're
That's
always getting in trouble?
yeah. Like about stupid stuff.
Okay. And I feel like the root of that is also, why am I stupid? I mean, sorry. Um, didn't mean to say it like that, but rather, I am stupid.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And so would you want to focus on that one?
Sure.
Okay. So when we look at the automatic thought, I'm stupid and that's why I get in trouble all the time, right? What are
Yeah.
some evidences that you can find that support this thought?
I'm always getting in trouble.
Okay. What else?
Everyone else can do all these things, and even if they're doing the exact same thing, they're not getting in trouble like I am. So
Okay.
obviously, something different about me.
Okay. So there's something different because it seems like everybody else isn't getting in trouble as much as you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Mm, or we're just like, it's not fair.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Is there anything else you can think of?
Mm, I think
Okay.
that's it.
So now that we've looked at the evidence that supports this thought, it's also important that we look at the opposite. So let's take a dive into this thought and say, okay, so what is the evidence that this isn't true? What is the evidence that, in fact, I'm not stupid? I know it can be hard to kind of flip it around and think about the opposite side of it. But I want us to think really hard about what is the evidences that you can see in your life. What have you done that tells you that you are not stupid?
Like, sometimes I get good grades if I'm focusing.
Okay. Okay. So you said sometimes you get good grades. And
Yeah.
what do you mean by sometimes?
Like, I don't get good grades all the time, but like
Mhm.
sometimes I'll get good ones.
Okay, well that's a good one that you are able to get good grades. What
Hmm.
else? What are some other things?
Maybe like, I don't know. Can you give me an example?
Yeah, I can give you a great example. So I think that you already said it actually. I can pull from what you've said in that you can get good grades and you're in the 10th grade, correct? So you've made it all the way from first grade or kindergarten to 10th grade. That's a big accomplishment, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah, so
guess.
you've graduated or not graduated, but you've moved into each grade. So
Yeah.
thinking about that, how does that make you feel about that being an evidence?
I mean, but like I can do it, I guess.
Mhm. Yes, that you can do it and that in the past you actually have done it and you've continued to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it can be hard to kind of think of the flip side of those evidences and kind of diving into, okay, so what are some things that can challenge this way of thinking, right? And can kind of rewrite the narrative in our brain about ourselves. Because
Hmm.
oftentimes we can be really difficult on ourselves. And it's easy to have let automatic thoughts pop into our head, but as we've talked about before in previous sessions, it's important to practice how we think, which sounds kind of silly, right? Because thinking typically feels like a passive thing where thoughts come and go out of our head. But it's important to learn to practice thinking by taking those thoughts that pop into our head and evaluating, okay, so does this thought have actual valid evidence that it is true, or is it the opposite?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I want to challenge you to just think of one more thing because I think there's a lot of evidences that show that you aren't stupid. So I want you to try and think of one more thing that is an evidence that says that this thought isn't true.
Um, like I'm really good at math.
Okay, I think that's a great one. Is that even though maybe some of the other subjects can be difficult, that you're
Yeah.
good in math. Now, I want to
Yeah.
challenge you to think about your classmates. Do you think your classmates struggle in subjects?
Yeah.
Okay, so have you known of some of your peers that maybe don't always get the best grades?
Yeah.
And when you think about those friends or peers, do you think that they're stupid?
Well, some of them, but no.